Good evening. Our news summary for this Monday, the 23rd of June. President Wavell Ramkalawan has applauded the courage, discipline, and determination demonstrated by all athletes and extended profound congratulations to the organizers of the International Boxing Tournament for delivering a professional and uplifting event. The tournament, jointly organized by Tides Seychelles and the Seychelles Boxing Federation, ended yesterday. Among the participants were athletes from 6 countries: Sri Lanka, India, Russia, Mauritius, South Africa, and France through Réunion, as well as Seychelles. Speaking in an interview after the tournament, President Ramkalawan noted that the tournament has not only offered our athletes an important exposure to international competition, but has also given us a realistic reflection on our current level of performance. He says it is through such experiences that we learn where we are and where we need to go from there. Roundtable Seychelles has donated 150,000 rupees to the committee for the new Seychelles Hospital Fund. This was held at State House in the presence of Vice President Ahmed Afif and members of the Roundtable. It was the organizer of Regatta Sounds, Alex Fremino, who presented the check to the treasurer of the committee for the new Seychelles Hospital Fund, Francis Modon. The donation is from the portion of more than 400,000 rupees that Regatta Sound raised last year's regatta.
So the donation from Roundtable today is 150,000. There are some costs involved. Fortunately, there are always some costs involved. We can't get everything at full sponsorship, so we have to spend some money on tickets, around 50, but 100,000 net. Plus, as I mentioned previously, we've got 123,600 from the National Choir. They did a beautiful function in these gardens, State House, not long ago. And we had that big box at the hypermarket, STC. And we saw it was getting heavier and heavier. We had to get, fortunately, some assistance with some, what's it called, Hayab with a Les Bras and some guys, and to break open the box. And MCB were brilliant. It took about 3 days to sort and count all types of denominations, and a handsome sum of 82,000 rupees every year. And that box was actually at the request of Ministry of Health to the CEO of STC. Can you help the fundraising committee? Put a box there, a lot of public, go shopping on Saturdays, etc. And there you go. So a lot of money coming in from time to time. Balance is approximately 5 million cash at the central bank. We have a small account at MCB for operational needs, and a pledge from AMSA at another 5 million, of which already 500,000 has been paid, and they're due to do another 500,000 in the next coming month or so. So we're looking at a total of 10 million so far. But the project itself is going to be huge, but everything that we can contribute, obviously under the higher authority of the President for this vision and for this project, will assist for those who might want to come in later, whether it's overseas donations or, as you know, the government has pledged 660 million. But the idea is to have a new modern hospital and to try and have as much medical treatment opportunities for Seychelles and our visitors, instead of having to go and spend a lot of money to travel to where the medical treatment is overseas. And I think it'll become a reality the way we're going.
The Sea Harvest fish processing plant has reportedly been non-operational since early this year. A group of 15 former employees claim they haven't been paid since January and are now seeking help from the Employment Department. Some of them had worked at the company since it was founded. Sea Harvest's managing director declined to comment, and the Labour Department has not yet responded to SBC's request. The International Conference Centre has hosted a new initiative today, the Tourism Challenge, organized by the Tourism Department. 6 secondary schools from Mahé and Pralin participated in the competition, similar to a public speaking competition, while the School of A-Level Studies, SALS, was the only post-secondary participant. The theme was attracting young talent to tourism careers. How can the tourism industry be made more appealing as a career choice? What are the effective ways to change misconceptions about tourism jobs? Perseverance Secondary School came out as the grand winner, while Anse Boileau Secondary School won the Public Choice Prize. SALS, on the other hand, won the post-secondary category. Mr. Paul Lebon, the Director General for Product Planning and Development in the Tourism Department.
Today, basically, for us, is a start. It's part of a bigger project or the bigger picture. And the bigger picture, first and foremost, is to see how we can look at some of the challenges that we face within our tourism industry, hospitality, wider hospitality sector, and what are some of the recommendations that can be put forward to try and make the sector, hospitality sector, more attractive. And a lot to do with it, as you've seen this morning in terms of presentations, is a lot to do with the perception. So we do know some of the exercises that we've done prior, that there is a perception of, or maybe a lack of understanding as well, with regards to the sector, the offerings of the sector, and to try and see how, through the eyes of the students, I think it's really, really important to understand where they see the sector at this point in time, and where they would like the sector to be. And so for us, the first activity, one of a series of different activities, is to ask the students to present, to analyze, to come up with the case studies and critical analysis, critical thinking, and look at each of these issues, the challenges, and to present to us where they see the tourism industry, where they see themselves as part of the tourism industry going forward.
10 students from the Praslin and Ladigue secondary schools have had their first taste of what it is like to do their A-level studies at the Vijay International School on Praslin. The students did well for their IGCSE in 2024 and preferred to continue their education on Praslin rather than Mahé. It is the first time the Ministry of Education organizes for students to do their A-levels on Praslin on such a scale. Unlike Mahé, they can wear smart casual to school, but not beachwear. 2 students will be coming from Ladigue, and the ministry says it will be taking care of their boat fares. And it is also part of the ministry's arrangement for the students to get all the materials that students whose parents are paying from their pocket receives.
We carry a lot of the general stationery that they will need, so all of their notebooks and their pens and pencils and stationery. We provide most of that. For students who do maths, they usually have the option to order a calculator through us, or they might provide their own. But most everything that they need day to day, we provide as a school from the funding that's available to us.
Funding from VJ International itself, or funding from the ministry?
Well, the ministry obviously is paying the school fees, and so things like the equipment and things we would usually consider to be a part of that.
And with this, we come to the end of this news summary. Have a very pleasant evening. Next on SBC is a local production, Kwetapi.